Hey everybody, man! It has been a wild week. The first Saturday, Sunday, Monday, and part of Tuesday, I had Miss JiggyFly riding with me, and we made a trip. The first trip was down to Colorado Springs, and we went back to Cheyenne and picked up another load and went all the way to New Mexico with it. So Santa Fe, New Mexico, and turned around and come back. Anyway, she had had enough of riding in the truck, I think, after 3 days. So we decided that since I had my Jeep out here, me and her would just take off in my Jeep, and we'd be able to stop a little more often and wouldn't have to be doing all that riding, and we'd be able to do some shopping and that sort of stuff, and stop at restaurants along the way that I can't get to when I'm driving a big truck. So anyway, right now we are in Salida, Colorado. We're spending the night here at a Western themed motel, and they really have some unique decorations and stuff in this motel. It's kind of dressed up and decorated like an old log cabin, but of course it's modern and everything inside. But all of the decorations and stuff, they got holsters and guns and antlers and really unique pictures, and they got a bird in the lobby, and it's really a really unique motel that we're staying at here in Salida. We spent the night one night in Colorado, and man, I can't even think of it now. But anyway, Steamboat Springs one night, and it's not Colorado Springs, but another Glenwood Springs is where we spent the night one night, and now we're spending the night in Salida. So anyway, it's been a lot of fun. It's really been good having her with me and for a change, and I'm real proud of my new Stetson hat. Did I show you this? I got me a new Stetson hat and on the trip, and I'm real proud of it. I'm real proud. My granddaddy wore a Stetson hat, and that's all he would wear, and I've wanted one for a long time, so now I've got me a genuine Stetson. So anyway, one day this week, I got a phone call from the safety department, and they're wanting to know. They said some driver has complained, or somebody has complained that you tried to run a Swift truck off the road. And I said, no, I know exactly what this is. We were going down I-25. From one end to the other, I-25 is under construction, and it'll be like 5 miles of construction and 5 miles of not construction, and then 5 more miles of construction, and it's like that from one end to the other. They're completely redoing I-25. Anyway, in one of those sections, it was 3-laned. I had a car that was riding on my left-hand side. I was in the middle lane, had a car on my left-hand side that was riding right about where my rear tandems are, and that really makes me nervous when people do that. It's really dangerous to do that in case one of those trailer tires blow. I never know when that's going to happen. A lot of times people, when they're doing that, they're using my truck as a pace setter, and they're not even looking at the road. They're texting on their phone, so I never know when they're going to wander over into my truck, and it just really makes me real nervous to have somebody riding beside me. But anyway, 3 lanes, and I'm in the middle. This car is riding back there. There's a Swift truck that we're passing. I don't know why he's going so slow, but anyway, all of a sudden the Swift truck starts blowing his horn like crazy, and I'm trying to figure out why. But anyway, what it was his lane ended. He didn't turn his turn signal on. He didn't do nothing. It was just all of a sudden his lane ended, and rather than the idiot putting on brakes and getting in behind me, he can't see the car that's back there on my rear tandem, so he thinks I'm going to get over. I can't get over. I've got a car right beside me. But anyway, he's out there now riding in the emergency lane because his lane ended. So anyway, he called into safety and said I run him off the road. I didn't run him off the road. His lane ended. So he's an idiot for not paying attention and making plans for that and getting over sooner. Either speeding up and getting ahead of me or slowing down and get behind me. And turn his turn signal on to let somebody else know what's going on. If he had his turn signal on, it wasn't working, which that don't surprise me for a Swift driver anyway. These Swift drivers wonder why nobody like them, and that's the reason why, right? They're idiots. They're absolute idiots. But anyway, we got all that straightened out, and anyway, I'll be glad to find that fella again and explain to him a little better. You know what I mean? But anyway, it's been a really good week. We have seen some unique things this week. We've been in stores that I can't get to in a big truck. But since I'm driving my Jeep and got my wife with me, we've been able to go in some of these really unique stores and meet some really, really nice people along the way. The people of Colorado have been very welcoming and warm and welcoming and friendly, and it's been a really good week. It's amazing that so many people know they've been to Nashville, and they know all about Tennessee, and some of them even know exactly where I live, the little town that I live in. So it's really surprising. The one here, the lady that was checking us in at the motel here, she's a Scandinavian. Her accent and everything says she's from Scandinavia, but she knew all about Nashville and I-24 going down to Chattanooga, and anyway, it's real interesting to meet people along the way. Anyway, I've had a good week. Going back, I'm putting the missus back on the plane tomorrow, and I'll go back to driving Walmart loads tomorrow. So, or after I drop her off Sunday, I'll start Walmart loads. But anyway, I hope everybody's had a good week, as good a week as I've had, and I'll see you out on the road. Thank you very much. If you subscribe to this channel, thank you. If you don't, please consider hitting the subscribe button and becoming one of the subscribers. Thanks a bunch, and I'll see you on the road.